Hi, it's Sunday at 8 p.m. and it's Live with Judy Kay. And here we go for this week's topic for later on. Wait until you hear the topic for later on. It's something that actually happened about a week ago. All right. And it's something that happened here in our home. And I think you'll really enjoy it. So, anyway, I want to say welcome from I got the wrong. This goes backwards on here. Kufra and Kafra. And John is down the hallway like he always is with Gracie. And well, Gracie's going to be actually 11 years old tomorrow. Isn't that nice? And Andrew's at his other location and he's doing all the mechanical, technical stuff. Thank you, Andrew. So anyway, I have something that might have happened today, but I want to just run past it. Did anyone receive a private message, Facebook Messenger, from me? And it was mostly just like a screenshot of my page or something, or some sort of advertisement. If you did, let me know. Right now, I only know one person that received it, and I think that could have been a little, not her, the person's great, but I want to know if it was somebody tried to pretend they were me. It didn't seem like one of the ones that wind up in whack-a-mole, but I did go through that and I didn't find them. So if you got a message from me, let me know. Well, hello, Deb, and let's see. Oh, hi, Joanne. Let me say hi to everybody up here. I'm going, me and this gosh darn thing. Oh, wait a minute. I think I better use the mouse on this. All right, let's see if that works. No. No, no. Well, oh, there it goes. Okay. Hi, Diane. Hi, Deb. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Melissa. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hi, Andrew. Diane. Hello. Let's see. Okay. Diane didn't get it. Cheryl Ward. Hi. All right. Jody Lynn. Okay. So, if you want to win one of the three spots of a tarot card pool, put your name down here and everyone's doing a great job. Remember, you do have to be here. We want to call your name because we have to talk to you. We have to make sure you're on here and you have to tell me what you want. And don't forget, after that, we have the healing. All right. So anyway, yeah. So if this happens and you did get, now, I don't usually message you or tell you something, like something like complain about John. No, I don't complain about John. But the whole thing, if you get something like that from me, it's not for me, but it's good to know so I can go into it deeper. And I did report the ones, but most of the ones I reported, they already said, hi, sexy. Hi, Andy. Hi, Danielle. I almost didn't do this because I never do, but I thought, you know what? We were gone for a couple of days and we came back and I thought, hey, this looks nice. I'm going to keep it. I'm just trying to look young, ladies, just trying to look young. Hi, Kim. Thank you. Thank you all very much for your compliments. Now, so if you do get it, hopefully that was just a weirdo one and done. I don't know. What come to think of it, what I talk about on tonight's subject might have something to do actually with that happening to that one viewer. Now the one viewer, if you want me to say who it is, I will, but I don't. I'm just right now. We're going to keep it unless you tell me to go ahead. I'm going to be quiet about who it is. Doesn't matter. But anyway, remember, and this is coming closer. Oh my gosh, it's February. This is at the end of March. I will be at the New Jersey Convention Center in Edison, New Jersey. I don't really have the prices for the readings there. Now, when I go to an expo, I always do an expo special where there's a discount. It is a half-hour reading, but I don't have the prices for that yet. So when I figure out what prices, and the prices for an expo has to do with expenses and everything, and that is a high-end show. Okay, Deb Presanto said it was her. Okay, so that's who it was. So, and it might have something to do with what I'm going to talk about tonight, Deb. That's weird. But anyway, nothing around here is weird. It's just another chapter in the book. But anyway, that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you like that, if you want to schedule now my prices are on my website. Okay, if you want to come to my office, or if you want to have a Zoom or a FaceTime or anything like that, or even a phone reading, or come in for a healing, past life regressions. Some prices are going to be going up due to different things like in the office and stuff like that, just like the whole world. All right. So we have that. If you want to book it, just go to my website. Andrew has it here on the bottom. Oh, and by the way, hi, everyone that is also live on YouTube. I like live. Live is fun. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Um, don't forget, gift certificates are available. I just read the sweetest lady. Think it was this past week or late last week. She was the sweetest lady. And when she came in, she was, oh, I got a gift certificate. I said, okay, so that's great. And here she said that she had been to an expo and she could never get a reading because I was booked by the time she could make it to the front of my table, talk to John. So it was nice. I got to read her. I'm sorry the people that I can't get in those days. I always have some openings. So if you get there early, you can get a spot. All right. Oh, well, I'm good. I'm good. Happy. Hey, Gene. All right, Gene McElroy. And all right. Anyway, hi everyone else. When it comes to card pull or like that, I kind of skip over that because I can't read too much and still talk. So if you ask for a card pull, good luck. Okay. This week's prayer list. Karen Ritter had surgery, and she's healing. I think she has to remember to behave because it was a wrist, and let it heal. Jen Sanchez is having surgery. That's coming up. Nina Champion's having heart issues. Marianne Corby, Carmen Tumaine, Sandy Costner, Tara Chaffney, Dee Gusha, all are having health issues. So if you need to be on the prayer list, I don't do flus. I don't do anything. I do, broken bones or illnesses, like, serious illnesses and stuff. Okay. Hey, Natalie, how are you? Okay. Okay, Michelle Khan. We don't do that. If you want a reading at the end, you'll have to win it. So you just on there say a tarot card pull or something like that, like you'll see in the other messages. That'll get your name in there. Can't promise you're going to win. No, Spirit Guide says you win. Okay, are we ready for tonight's subject? All right. Now, this not isn't Deb. This is not what I was going to do a subject matter today. In fact, I was didn't really have anything I was set on until I just got this about, I'm going to say maybe 25 minutes ago. I decided what I should talk on tonight, and what it is I had a good girlfriend. You know how we all have our best friends when we were in like seventh and eighth grade and ninth grade, and through high school and everything. I had a best friend too, and she lived about a block and a half from my house. And her parents were Italian. In fact, they never learned to really speak English. Her mother would talk all the time in Italian. Me, I don't have any Italian roots. I didn't know, but I could understand what she was saying, especially when she was yelling at my girlfriend. I stayed at that house probably 1 to 2 nights a week. And Julie stayed at our house with my parents and me a couple nights a week. We always did things together. Julie's parents didn't have a car. So when we went someplace, we always took Julie with us. Her sister was older and married, and Julie was just there with her parents, and we took her out. We loved having her. Okay. There's some haunting things I could bring in about Julie too, but I'm not going to do it now. Well, anyway, but she was scared of what I did. I mean, she was hard. One time she saw that I connected with the spirit, and she's like, and my mother had the gift, and my dad was driving the car, and we didn't like to really, my dad would be all right with it, but didn't want to say, oh, stop talking about that. Like my dad, he was good with it, but it's like, oh, that's between you and your mother and your aunts and all. And Julie was like up against the side of the car, and I was sitting on the other side. Remember how they had the long back seats? We're going back that many years ago. And she's like, don't you get near me. Don't you get near me. But it was a good friendship. We really did love and care for one another. Julie's parents did have her marry a man from Venezuela. Why Venezuela? They were friends. Both families were good friends in Italy. Julie's family moved here to New Jersey, and his family moved to Caracas, Venezuela, where they lived. And she wasn't even out of high school 2 months, and she got married. And then we lost track. And I saw her a couple times. But you know how it is when you get older. I mean, I'm sure you all had friends, and especially sometimes when somebody has a baby and somebody else doesn't have a baby, you're friends, but you kind of, I want to say drift apart, but you're still together. And when Julie turned 40, she got in a horrible car wreck. I didn't think, but anyway. How many years back am I going? It's been over 30 years. What happened was Julie was in a car wreck. Needless to say, I didn't like her husband because he took her away. But I will say he did bring her back. so her mother could bury her here. Now, Julie, and the reason I'm crying is going to be one of the reasons why I tell you you cry. Remember how many times do I tell you when a loved one is near, you'll just start crying like Niagara Falls? I can tell this story without crying. It's been so many years, I can. But now she just backed up. Remember I say, ask him to back up 2 feet and you'll be fine. You'll stop crying, look at me. So I've just proved my point. Okay, I just proved my point. I didn't hurt her feelings. I just said back up a little bit, and she did. And look, it is their love. When their love gets so close to you like that, you feel the love, and here comes Niagara Falls. All right. So anyway, what happened now? So anyway, I went after all these years. I went and had I found I could remember finally her sister's married name, and we got together, which was very nice. And I met her daughter. Our daughter's now like, oh my gosh, she was 20 when Julie died. And as I said, she died around 1996. All right. But anyway, moving right along. So what happened here last Monday night? Monday was fine. I did some readings and everything. Regular day. I went to bed. Now, when we're in bed, we like to watch something funny, and we had on Everyone Loves Raymond. Now, you know, Everyone Loves Raymond is very, very funny. So John fell asleep, and I fell asleep. Then probably an hour goes by or something. I'm just guessing. All I can know with the clock. I woke up. And I didn't feel anybody wake me up. They didn't wake me up. Thank you, Jean. But I knew I was awake. And here is, Everyone Loves Raymond on the TV set, and I can hear the sound. Okay? I hear the sound. And all of a sudden, I hear music playing. And I'm thinking, why is Everyone Loves Raymond playing music over them speaking? It doesn't make any sense. And you remember, then the music was really low, and then it started getting louder. So then I thought, this is crazy. So I muted the TV, and all I had was the song. Out of all the songs in the world, the one song that always makes me get a little closer to her. Now, everybody sees me with my headphones before I read and everything. This is not a song I use before I do a reading, but it's a song. And the part of the song that really gets me, Julie and I used to trick or treat all the time. Remember, kids in the neighborhood, we'd be going through the leaves, when weather was different. You're going through the leaves and trick or treating. Because we walked all the way in through town, because back then it was safe to walk around town, and we would be going. And in the part of it, it says, the song is Forever Autumn by the Moody Blues. And part says that the leaves will never be the same because you're not here. That's the song that was playing. Julie, back up a foot. Okay, she did. All right. See how this works? So actually, for not having a topic, this got very educational for you. All right. And that's the song that was playing. So now I'm thinking, it's coming from John's side of the bed. He doesn't listen to that music. Why would his phone all of a sudden start playing music? Now you have to realize, I'm a psychic medium. I'm thinking, what the heck's this going on? Then I went, oh my God, it's Julie. That whole song played. When I first couldn't hear it, it must have been the very beginning of the song. And that song's not a short song. She played that whole song. Now, I thought originally it was coming from John's phone. But then I realized, because I'll tell you what happened in a minute, the whole song played, only that song. When the song ended, total silence. Now that's how you know for sure. And then I thought, I'm just gonna call Alexa after it was all done and she was quiet and everything. She played it on Alexa. Now they can do that. Alexa is a good way to go. Now, Alexa can be a pain in the butt, and not everything Alexa says you can say is from a spirit. But notice how she played that whole song. But you have to realize Julie hasn't been doing crazy things with me all these years. What she has done, and I've told a lot of clients this, is they'll say, does your friend ever come visit? And you'll say, yeah. Sometimes she's sitting in the passenger seat of the car. And I'll know she's there. And I put my hand out, like sometimes I'll tell you, and during a reading, Put your hand out. It's got to be palm up. Put your hand out. And I used to say, come on, Julie, hold my hand. Now, I didn't feel her. I didn't feel flesh and bone. She doesn't have that anymore. But what I did feel is this. I felt the energy come down in it. There's a difference between an empty palm and a palm that is combined with another's. Okay? And I thought, I don't know if I want to use that as a topic, but it was a wonderful topic. Wonderful, wonderful topic. So, so now I'm going to read some of the things. Okay. Cosmic Body says, my deceased visited me in a dream and woke up really emotional. Sure. When it's a vivid dream, they're there. I didn't have a dream. What I got was a beautiful song. So needless to say, she knows too that Forever Autumn. Yeah. Okay. Deb said, this reminds me of the time my iPad started playing music across the room. They do that. And everyone says, well, if I didn't know, somebody said, well, that's really weird, or whatever. No, it's not. But you have to separate the times when it's real and separate for the times that it's just a weird combination of events. Okay. Oh, thanks, Jen. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, it's a beautiful story. It really is, and when I saw, and I thought all these years, now you all know I was raised Catholic. John was raised Catholic. I mean, I've gone to other denominations too, but I've been back at a Catholic church for a number of years, and I thought I'd never had a mass said for. So even before all this, I'm going to say I guess I went in the office of the church about a month and a half ago. I have 3 masses coming up for her. Now that's very nice. Of course, they're 8 a.m. masses, and I wish some of them were in warmer weather than what I think I'm going to get, especially leaving. All right, I'm trying to get this. Oh, there I go. Okay. So, hi, Carol. Hi, David. All right. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad I kept this top on. Julie, you can borrow it sometime. So I hope I helped you. It also showed you how the crying can go off and on with them, and that happens. And sometimes you might be crying and not even know you're crying. It happened one time again when years ago, because I have a knee issue, and we did a big expo. We come back after 2 days, and then when John was bringing stuff in the house, I heard it go, okay, and I knew I was in trouble, and I really had to get to the ER. So I waited, put dinner on the table, we ate, and I said, oh, by the way, I have to go to the ER. Well, I'm in the ER, and I didn't realize I was crying. I really didn't realize. And he said to me, he says, it's all right, honey, they'll give you something for the pain. I look at him, I said, why? I'm not in pain anymore. And he goes, you're sitting here crying. And I went, so then I yelled at my mother and dad, and I said, very nice you being here. Go sit there. And it stopped. That story is going to be in my book, and I have been writing it. I have been. Speaking of books, all right. Remember I told you last week that Andrew has 2 books available on Amazon. Now, his books are fiction, scary fiction, but very good. Not that scary fiction isn't good. It's just what you do, what I do for work, you can't read that when you're timed down. Anyway, his books are fantastic. I mean, if they scared me. All right. His books are Sanguinary Song and Dirge of the Trinity. It's Andrew Bast, B-A-S-T, and you can get them. I told him maybe after the show or something, he's going to put in the comments if you want to get one of his books, if you're looking for something. That would be nice. Yeah, oh, you're welcome. I'm glad I shared it, things like that. Sometimes you just keep quiet when you shouldn't. Lauren Yates, there you are, sweetheart. That's good. And Beth, I do believe you told me to take your husband off the prayer list, because I did. I think that's what I was supposed to do, but I didn't do it at that time. All right. If you want him back on, let me know. All right, everybody. Are y'all ready for the tarot card pull? All right. Let me pick the names. Oh, here I am. I lost it for a second. Senior moment. Here we go. Oh my God, David Mortimer, you got it. Okay. All right, and we have. Okay, all right, okay, I got it. Okay, I'm Natalie and Mordino. And we have Diane Greenblatt. Okay, you were today's winners. Let me go through it again. All right, David Mortimer, Natalie Imordino, and Diane Greenblatt. Come on here in the comments, and you can tell me if you want general, if you want finances, you want romance, do you want career? Thanks, Natalie. It's nice to talk about her. You know, it's been so long. Sometimes you don't get to talk about them. And I'm going to go visit her sister again. Okay, Diane wants health. And thank you for all listening. It really is. And Natalie wants career. And David, sweetheart, what do you want on here? I don't think you told me yet. Yeah. Oh, let me explain about masses. Now, a lot of churches don't do that, but you have lighting of candles. Lighting of candles the same way. What's the difference? And if you're not Catholic, should you get a mass? And no, you know, if you're not Catholic, don't get a mass. If the person was Catholic, you could. It's just like going in and lighting a candle or lighting a candle for intention at home. What it does, I always joke with people. I said it's like getting your name on what do you call it? The thing in New York City. Madison Square Garden and twinkle lights because it's like ta-da, it's them. It's like you are on Price is Right, and you're doing this for your deceased loved one, and you're one of Bob Barker's and your girls, and you go ta-da. That's it. Okay. Oh, okay. David said general. That's yeah. You're good at that, better than I could. Okay, general. Alrighty. Okay, here we go. And don't forget, stay on for the healing because I know after that I could use a little healing myself. Gotcha, David. All right. In fact, I did these, like shuffled these a couple times before I came on. So these are all ready. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. Let me see who Spirit wants first. All right, Natalie, they want you. We're going to do career first. Okay, Natalie, you have the wheel, which is a major arcana card, followed by judgment, another major arcana card, and then you got the two of cups. My God, girl, how the heck did you get all this? That's very good. All right, so basically what it says, there's been some changes made. Now, changes, even though if you look at the tarot card, it looks like a wheel, but sometimes we need changes. If things didn't change, things would be the same way they were years ago when things weren't that good. So you have to realize changes bring better. So there's been some little, fine tuning stuff, or it could be you looking for a job or something like that. But this is some changes are going to pay off. Right now, they see you they see you for who you are, which is the judgment card. It means you're all set. It's judgment is good. Judgment sometimes you have to take what the tarot cards are called, but you have to take that, but you have to mold it in what we're doing. We're not changing the meaning of the cards, but it means you're all getting ready and you have the two of cups ahead of you. So the two of cups is success. That's I'm sure if you're talking career, you want success. So basically you've either honed your skills or things like that where you're now ready to get into a better, I don't know why they just told me racket. I don't know why, but sometimes the words that Spirit's telling me is not so much racket, but it's racket. So change what you're doing, and it's all good. It is all good. Just make sure you present yourself the way you should present yourself for the positions that you're looking for and to take over the position you're doing and take it even farther. Okay, sweetheart, that was some good news. I hope everybody gets good news. All right. Let's see. So now we have either David or Diane. Hold on. Okay, Diane, this is yours. Oh, I guess this is yours then too. All right. And you got an extra card. Okay, Spirit was telling me, and usually I don't have Spirit talking to me. I always try to shut it off during the lives because this is just a tarot pool, which you can tell, well, not a tarot pool, but the whole thing. Spirit said, relax, don't over worry yourself. Relax. Okay, so what you have first is the lovers. Now, the lovers don't actually have to mean lovers. It means like you're looking at something, is this really it? Okay. Which if you were going to get a medical test, it's like, what are we looking here? So all this testing and all is going around pretty good. And then there were some things that was like making it things like a little rockety because you had the tower on that. So things were okay, maybe iffy on this, iffy on that. But just like what Spirit told me, you come up with the Ace of Pentacles and the card that flipped in front of me. Yeah, I'm excited for you too, Natalie. But for Diane, the card that they came up and flipped and says, "Oh, you are taking me," is the Sun card, which means everything's okay. Now you have to realize, okay, that like I'm going to be 70 in a few months. We all have little things. We all take a few pills in the morning. Some of us take a few pills at night. These are the prescribed ones. But anyway, I had to joke with you, but because you got to keep laughing. So the whole thing is just because it's little something, and just like what Spirit said, relax, relax. Little things are just little things. Okay. All right. And I wonder who's next. All right. Hey, David, here we go. I want to fix these a little bit more. And we're doing general. Okay. All right, David, what the cards are telling you. The first card you got is the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is basically the Pope. All right. It goes back to any religion, all the way back to Atlantean, like that. But basically, what it is. And I'll show you that again. This is man, I got to go. I go the wrong way with this thing. I have to remember I have to flip it upside down. So the card, now the Pope card, when I was younger, I used to call the boring card. But the older I got, boring is good, which means everything's just set. So just set. But then it said, look at everything. Okay. Now, this again, Major Arcana card. We've gotten a lot of Major Arcana cards tonight. And you have to remember, there's only 22 Major Arcanas in a deck of 78 cards. Now, the world means right now, look at all that you got. Look at what you do have. Be thankful for what you do have and realize that's a good thing. The next card you got is the Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups could be offer. So if somebody offers you something, accept it. If you want to maybe make an offer, do the offer. But realize you are the Pope. It's not coming up on the screen too much. These cards are bad for being on screen, but they're wonderful, beautiful deck, my Egyptian deck. So you just realize that you have this power to see all that you've gotten, okay? And then you have the offer. All right? So I hope that answered that. And it's all good. It's not a bad offer. This would be a good offer, either one you're going to make or one that'll be made to you. All right. It's only a 3-card tarot pull, but they did really good today. The tarot cards were great. Oh, good. Sending love back to you. Carmen, oh, you missed a good one. You're going to have to watch the rewind. Now, remember, you can watch us on YouTube at Judy Kay Psychic Meaning Official on YouTube, or you can watch it here on FaceTime, but they're going to take it down after a while. All right. All right. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Lauren, your mom would be 100 tomorrow. Isn't that? Oh, same day as good. Your mother's birthday is more important than Gracie's. It is. It is. My mom already passed that one. Yeah, my mom was born in 1920. Yeah, so she passed that a while ago. It's nice to have him with us. It really is nice to have him with us. It would be nice to hug him again, though, wouldn't it? All right, and that goes for everyone, all your deceased loved ones. The thing we always want from the other side is just a couple more minutes. Isn't that nice? All right. So I'm going to go to the healing now. If you want to take part in the healing, remember, if you can, put your feet on the floor. And remember, if you want to receive the healing, palms up. If you don't, palms down, and you'll be fine. All right. I wonder. Now, I usually have a Spirit, not have people come in. I try to say that, just do a general healing, get everybody ready for the beginning of next week and all. Well, I'm all half scared to see what's going to happen now. They might be adding people. You're welcome, David. Okay, here we go. And just relax your breathing. Just relax. Lauren, let's see if your mommy can come in. I'm not asking her to come in. Maybe come in just for you. Okay. All right. All right. And just relax. And just relax. Here we go. I don't know why, but I hear a lot of banging in the background. Sounds like construction. I don't know if one of you has construction going on or a lot of banging. Of course, not right this minute, but I hear a lot of hammering. Or somebody's in that type of construction business. Why they showed this to me is don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. Continue on. Continue on. Okay, I think the problem here is, and why this I heard this is somebody's thinking that the money's not there or whatever. It will be. Hang into it. Hang on. Hang on. It'll come. Okay. This could be your house also. I'm not get totally connected. So if it is, it'll still be a good thing. All right. Hold on. I'm going to try to get it to general. Come on. Okay. Here we go. And I said, everyone receive that. That is calmness and enough to get you through this coming week. There you go. And relax, 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 relax. Oh, relax. Jen Sanchez, I have to say, I just saw your son and he came out from your heart. So he's there. He's very small, just the way he appeared, and he's coming out of your heart. So he wants to let you know he's there. He's in your heart. Okay, everybody relax. Put your palms up a little bit. And I want you to put your palms where it's facing the video that you're watching this on. And just ask for your loved ones to stay around you and love you like they probably already are, but you're inviting them a little bit more. But remember, stay 2 feet away from me so you don't make me cry. All right. And take a big breath and exhale, and that's it. Now, as I said, and I say as many times, when I started this, I wasn't going to do psychic messages reading. That's private because it is private. I share some of my private stuff with you tonight, but I don't want to do that a lot. So I can't. It takes away from what I got to do all on here, okay? Because I'm here to educate. Remember, that's what Spirit did. The Spirit came to me a few years ago and said, educate people, and that's what these are for, education. All right, well, thank you so much for coming in and joining Andrew, John, and I. And happy birthday, Lauren's mommy tomorrow, and Gracie. But Gracie's only going to be 11. Oh, that's fun. Well, it's got a 1 in it. But anyway, next weekend, Saturday is Valentine's Day. I wish you all happy Valentine's Day, but I suspect I'll be back here next Sunday. I will be. All right. You all take care, and I'll read the comments later that I missed. All right. Have a nice week. Bye for now.